sometimes, is that the Western Wall will never collapse. And you know the history is that 2600 years ago the Babylonians destroyed the Bet HaMikdash. There were 4 walls around the Bet HaMikdash. They destroyed 3 and they left the Western Wall. Then in between the destruction of the first temple to the second one came the Greeks and burned Bet HaMikdash and impure all the oil. So, and there was problems over there, but they did not touch that wall. There was again 4 walls. Remember, they rebuilt it 70 years after the destruction of the first temple. They rebuilt the Bet HaMikdash. Now came the Greeks to burn it, but they did not touch the wall. After the Greeks came the Romans 2,000 years ago, and they knocked down the other 3 walls, and they left the Western Wall. If we read in Shir HaShirim, on Friday night in many shuls, especially the Sfaradim, they read Shir HaShirim. We read sometimes and we don't pay attention what we say. What does it say? Ine ze, here it is, in present language, Kotel HaMa'aravi, Ine ze omed achar kotlenu, mashgiach min hachalonot, metzitz min hacharakim. Here is the wall that stands and we can see it watching us, and so forth and so on. When you go to the Midrash Shir HaShirim, this is what it says. The Western Wall, this was written 1800 years ago. This Midrash. It says like this: the Western Wall, the Hashem promised, HaKadosh Baruch Hu promised to the nation of Israel that this wall will never ever fall down. Never. Now what do we understand from here? That if the Western Wall will go down, we all go down with it. You understand what I just said or no? Yeah. If the Western Wall go down, we're going down with it. You're not going to need to put your tefillin tomorrow. Why? What's the point? The Torah promised it will never happen. Now remember, if you know a little bit history, there were hundreds of wars over there. Jerusalem was occupied by all the empires. By Armenians, the British, the Turkish, the Ottomanim, the Seljukim, the Fatimim, the Muslims, the Christians, the Crusades, the Persians, the Romans, the Babylonians, the Greeks, and the list is very long. And there were an earthquake that destroyed all Jerusalem. All the houses fell down and the Western Wall is still there, even though there's no cement. All you have to do really is come with a big truck and push the top brick to fall down and everything will fall. There's no cement. Not only that, Jerusalem was covered 9 times. And what you see today, the Western Wall that you see, at one point in the last 2,000 years, it was buried in the ground. And the archaeologists of the old days found it. The same way they find the lower level underneath now, until 20 years ago nobody knew about it, and they keep digging in the ground. They found the Western Wall. It was inside the mud, and then when they took it out, they cleaned, they brushed it, slowly they dig, they went all the way down to the foundation, and now we find it. The Western Wall cannot fall down. Was the Shekhinah b'Ma'arav. That's what the Midrash promised. Now, I always knew about it until I went to visit underneath. Then I saw something amazing, really amazing. You have to know. A little bit less than 1400 years ago, when Salah ad-Din came to the area and they wanted to build a mosque, the Muslims, so they had 2 options. One option is they occupied Jerusalem, and now remember, the Moriah mountain, that's where the mosque is, it was very, very high as opposed to the ground level. And what the Muslim will know that the old people, if they want to go and pray in the mosque, it's going to be very difficult for all the old people to climb so many stairs. So they needed to make the mosque and the ground level in the same level, more or less, maybe a little bit above, but not so high. Now what's easier? If you have a territory of, let's say, 2 miles square, and you have in the middle a very high mountain, in the middle, right in the center, and you want all the people that will build their houses around that hill, that mountain, You want them to climb to the mountain. What's easier? To shave the top of the mountain a little bit, which is a very small area, to make it lower and then build the mosque, or to take the entire area of Jerusalem and make it higher? What's easier? No? Who knows a little bit about construction? Every fool, the dumbest person in history, will answer you the same question, the same answer. Of course, to shave a little bit the mountain, and then you build it, and everybody can climb. It's no problem. What did the Muslims went and did? They built arches, and made another ceiling to it, and on the top of the ceiling, which became the new floor, they made arches again, and they made another floor, and arches again, and they made another floor to make the entire area higher. All they had to do in less than a week is to make the mountain, shave it a little bit, come with shovel, 5,000 Arabs, and they go like this, and the mountain is lower, and build your mosque. But there's only one problem. Not that they dumb. That's not what I said, in case you got the wrong impression. There's only one problem. There's only one problem. There's one sentence in the Tanakh that the western wall will never fall down. Shaving the mountain is knocking down the bricks from the wall, because it has to go down with it. You understand why? Because remember, there's a mountain, and the side of the mountain is the wall. That's like this. That's where the mosque, right here. If you shave the mountain, you take it down, you got to take down the brick with it. The Torah promise will never happen. So Hashem fooled the Arabs, it made them work years to make it higher. When you go underneath, you see the arches. Don't believe me, go and watch it. You're not going to believe. And everybody asks, why would they do such a thing? So the guy over there explains, because the older people couldn't climb to the mountain, and nobody ever asked him, so why didn't they shave the mountain? Huh? The Holy Mountain? You know what? That could be a great business. You know how they sell to you today air from Israel or sand from the Holy Land? You know how much sand you will get there in the boxes and send it to America? Yeah, Holy Mountain. Why the Arabs went to build the mosque over there? Because Bet HaMikdash was there. Why Bet HaMikdash was there? Why there and nowhere else? Because Yaakov had the dream over there. Yaakov Avinu, that's where he had the dream, and he said in the Torah, that's the gate to heaven. זה השער לשמיים. One word in the Torah, they knew this is where they have to build Bet HaMikdash. In the same place, by the way, that's when Abraham took Yitzchak for the Akedah. Many interesting things happen in that mountain. You know, some Jews think that it's mitzvah to climb there and to go high, to go inside. But the truth is, it's not allowed. It's safek karet. Because, first of all, the regular Jews cannot go into every place in Bet HaMikdash. Some places only Kohanim are allowed. And the Kohanim are only allowed when they're pure. And none of the Kohanim is pure right now, because each one of them visited a patient in a hospital or drive on LIE, and underneath there's bodies of dead people. Once you go above it, you become impure. Even when you go in El Al, you don't know where they fly. If they fly above a Jewish grave, everybody in a plane, everybody becomes impure. But you don't need to go that far. Even in the basement of El Al airplane, they have 3 floors, you know. They have the dead ones in the bottom. They have the poor one in the middle section, and they have the Salpan Shamna on the top. $6,000-$7,000 a ticket. They have a bed. They get massage. Yeah. So on top of you, there are people who are getting massage. On the back of you, there are people that massage will not help them.